Governor Brian Sandoval visited Fallon today where he got a first-hand look at the new V-Line emergency spillway. The spillway opened last week, allowing water to be funneled from Lake Lahontan into the desert, bypassing Fallon as it makes its way to Carson Lake and eventually the Carson Sink. Paul Nelson shows us why it was so important for the plan to come together quickly.
2 years ago, Fallon farmers would have never dreamed of releasing water into the desert, but that's exactly what's happening. Lake Lahontan can hold 300,000 acre-feet of water. More than a third of that has already been drained while more flows in.
Essentially, they're going to have to empty Lahontan twice to be able to accommodate that water.
Governor Sandoval got his first look at the V-Line emergency spillway since its completion nearly 2 weeks ago. The $600,000 project took less than 2 weeks to complete.
It's an incredible feat in, the climate of regulation and all those kinds of things, but truly something done on an emergency basis.
I just feel like we did it the way we do in Fallon. People see what needed to be done, and everybody saw the danger.
Officials say Fallon would have likely flooded without the spillway. That's why the plan and construction had to happen so quickly.
We don't want to wait until somebody loses a house or the community gets flooded. So I'm really pleased with what's happening out here, and it's going to send the water to a place where it'll be safe.
Water from the spillway eventually is going to make its way about 15 miles through this desert until it reaches Highway 95, and that's why NDOT recently installed 4 sets of these culverts to allow water to flow underneath the road.
Had NDOT not done that, the highway could have been closed for weeks, if not months.
The $1.3 million project took less than a week to complete, but even with the culverts and the spillway, the flood threat could remain throughout the summer.
This is a 4 or 5 month rolling crisis emergency where we never know from week to week. We're watching the weather.
Olson says they've done everything they can to reduce flood potential. The rest is up to Mother Nature. Covering the story in Fallon, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.
And it wasn't just